Dragons and Wolves, Pilot, Campfire and Silver, by Drew Henriksen. Teaser, fade in. Exterior woods, night. An old decaying mansion sits under a crescent moon. Standing at the end of the field, the 3-story Victorian building stands with giant trees engulfing it. The gingerbread on the eaves is gray, rotted wood. Rusted, a clipper ship weather vane sits on top a chimney. There are wagons, mostly made of wood, but we see some are made of old truck beds. A cliff overlooks the whole scene. In a large clearing, a campfire burns, casting the woods in an orange glow. The tribe, a group of frontier-looking folk, sit around it, mesmerized. Dressed like Old West cowboys, many of the men and women wear gun belts with sparkling silver bullets in them. Most are drinking beers from steins and mugs, while a few of the women are refilling them from large pitchers. Their attention is on the captain, 90-plus years old. Seated on a log, we see Randy, early 20s. Blonde-haired and blue-eyed, he looks like a typical cowboy. Next to him is Kaitlin, 21, dressed in a plain gray dress. She is radiant on Randy's arm. Behind them are horses and other livestock.
I don't know how old the mansion is. We used to pass there years ago, hoping to live in it.
Tell us of the dragons, Cappy.
Dragons are the deadliest of all God's creatures. Not because of their immense size or scaly armor or the way they breathe fire.
Some of the mothers hold their children closer.
By Lord, no. They're dangerous because of the way they can become any creature.
Standing by him is Jergon, 45. Burly, he is obviously the leader, and Kaitlin's father. Carmon, his wife and equal, keeps an eye on Randy and Kaitlin with a smile.
They can take the form of a cat or a lamb if they so desired. They can even take the form of a man's wife and bite his head off if they wanted.
Tell me about it.
The tribe explodes with laughter.
And you'll wonder why you sleep on the couch half the time.
More laughter explodes.
What couch? We haven't seen a couch in 20 years.
A girl refills Randy's drink.
Don't drink too much. You have guard duty.
Last one, sir.
Next to the captain is 8-year-old Kyle McHugh and his red-headed mother, Amy, late 20s. Kyle listens to the captain's every word. Yuki, 8-year-old Asian boy, and his mother, Mrs. Chung, listen closely also. Flashback. Exterior, town square, day. The square looks like a small frontier village. Townspeople in Victorian-style garb are going through their daily routine. An old woman with tangled white hair stands in the middle, like a homeless person. We cannot see her face clearly.
In my grandfather's time, there was a legend of a dragon who would take the form of an old woman.
Her eyes gleam yellow with black slit pupils. She lets out a deafening roar. Return to exterior woods, night.
Lay waste to an entire town if she didn't like them. Whoever survived the attack ran for their lives, for they knew what would come next.
The wolf packs and the raiders?
Aye. The dragon fire shines like a beacon to them. But the dragons, they say, are not like humans. They have no souls. They're alone. They meet only to produce young.
Well, what if they marry in human form?
My grandpa used to say that if a dragon stays in the form of a man or woman for 100 years, he will become a man or a woman.
Would they have a soul then?
I don't know.
We could have used a woman like that last winter.
You prefer a green, scaly beast to me, do ya?
What's the difference?
What?
She pulls the brim of his hat down over his face and pushes him off the log. He lets out an oof as his boots stick up in the air. He holds his beer intact. Becker and Teeves, 2 rugged types in their early 30s, hold up their mugs in camaraderie.
Priorities, kid.
You kids today, why don't you just have sex? That's what the rest of us did in our day.
All the older women give the evil eye as a curious-looking Kyle tugs on the captain's coat.
The children. Did the dragon kill the children too?
Only the ones that stayed and didn't heed the warning, son.
Enough. You're filling his head with frightening nonsense.
Nonsense. There was a time that if I said, we'll be driven from our homes by werewolves that can only be killed by silver bullets, I'd have been locked up and given baskets to weave. You say a man or a woman may not indeed be a dragon, good woman?
What are the differences between dragons and wolves?
They can both live for centuries without aging a day. They'll feed on humans if need be. But the wolves choose to be our enemies. Like the raiders, wolves hunt us in packs. Dragons stay by themselves.
Randy is getting up, with twigs and grass sticking out of his hair.
That might not be a bad idea.
He immediately cringes as if he was going to get hit.
Careful of my daughter when you come.
You wait till our wedding night, Randy. You'll find out how alone you could be.
I'd prefer a kiss.
The young couple smile like school kids and give each other a kiss.
He's been here 2 seasons now. Stop calling him newcomer. He's been our good luck charm. No deaths since he's been with us.
We see Amy McHugh looking on enviously. No one else sees. Kyle tugs on the old man's sleeve again.
What did you mean before about them having sex?
Time for bed.